Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is BK and this is a community of millennial moms, modern day moms, you know, and here you can expect to see videos that are related to early education, parenting tips, pregnancy, postpartum, mom life inspo. It's a place to vent if you need to, a place to feel like it's a shame-free mommy zone, and we're just learning and experiencing life together. I also share family vlogs, so if you want to continue to hang out, remember to subscribe and hit that bell for the notifications so you can kind of customize your notifications and not miss anything. Alright, now that we've got the formalities out the way, let's get to the content of this video that I'm sure you are here for because you clicked on it. So today I want to discuss how I make my flashcards to help support my children in their early reading pursuits. Now, I start my children really young with learning how to read and basic reading skills. I start them as early as infancy with showing flashcards, sight words, and going over letter sounds and phonetics. So in this video, I know I've been asked a lot from some of my subscribers about how I make the cards, about where I get the words from. So this is for you guys. I want to share that information with you. If you haven't gotten a chance yet to see my video, my first video about teaching a baby to read, definitely check that video out now, and then also come back and make sure that you finish this video out, or just finish this video out first and then go over there, whichever works for you. But I'm going to teach you guys how I make my flashcards and where I get my words from, and just a little bit of advice on how I use them. Alright, so first things first, where do I find the words? The words. Extremely important part. You know, you have this really young baby, maybe 6 months old, maybe a little bit older, 12 months, what have you, and you want them to get some early reading learning in, right? And you are getting ready to make your flashcards, but you have no clue what words you should use. The first thing you should do is think about words that you use every day. Common words, maybe even the dog's name, okay, is a good idea to just write that down. Fluffy, you know, or mommy or daddy. You can write those words down. Just think about words that you use every single day that are not too long in the beginning. You know, you really want to stick to the shorter words. I wouldn't go beyond 7 or 8 letters in the beginning, and that's long. But my name is Brittany, so that was one of the first words that my kids were shown when they were very little, was my name, and it was 8 letters. So that's as long as I would go. But in general, yes, you want to keep it kind of short and concise. Also, you want to think about the stories that you read to the children. Maybe go grab one of their children's books, look in it and see words that are high frequency words if you just can't think of them off the top of your head. So words like was, the, that, this. Those are words that they are going to come across frequently in reading. So if you are trying to support them in early reading, high frequency words is a great way to go. Also, these high frequency words such as this and there aren't typical in their way in the way that you normally sound out words, so that will make it very difficult for the child to sound it out when they're learning phonetics. So you kind of want to incorporate that in now so that they don't even attempt to try to sound it out when they learn how to do their CVC words. Save that for later. They won't have to worry about that. When they see these words, they'll just know them by memory, which is how we all basically function with these words, and you won't have to worry about that. Another place that I get my words from, you're gonna like this one, this book. It's 100 words for kids to know, It's 100 words kids need to read by first grade. And the thing I really like about this one is the back. So I don't know if my glare, I don't know if you can see. I like the back. Now you actually can't see it that well here, but I'm going to leave a link below to Amazon where I got this from, and you can actually, you can purchase the book if you want to, but also you will be able to see better the back of the book because it does show it in a picture. And this book actually has 3 sections on the back of 100 words, like 100 words you need to know by first grade, 100 words you need to know by second grade, and then 100 words you need to know by third grade. So right here with this book alone, you have 300 words that you can use to start your sight words and flashcards with your baby. I really like this. We actually have never used the inside of the workbook yet. I've just used the word list. They can use it. I do plan for them to use it, but I also use a lot of worksheets from education.com, as well as my older children who are 6 and 4. They are in school. It is mostly Chinese, but they do get an hour of English a day, and they get homework from that. And even though it might seem intense that I do this early reading, I actually don't like for my kids to be overwhelmed with too much academic stuff every single day. They need time to play, explore. They need time to use their executive function skills, problem solving skills. So that's just something that I don't like to do. I don't like to have them like just sitting down doing worksheets and worksheets and worksheets all day. But some of the ways that I help them to really know these words, the older children, after this phase, right, that we're talking about now, is I do games. We do games on the whiteboard where they not only know how to read the words, but they know how to spell the words. We go over definitions, but I just make it more interactive. But I'll do a totally separate video on that and not get sidetracked. Back to making the flashcards. So this is a great resource. Again, link in the description box. Alright, so one of the other resources that I use for my words is from Learning A to Z. I've mentioned this before because I've used their website, readingatozee.com. I always mention that website as a resource that I use for my children, and I love them, and they should sponsor me. Somebody should tell them they should sponsor me because I'm that big of a fan. But there's also another subsection too to Learning A to Z that's called there's Writing A to Z, but I'm not talking about that right now. Vocabulary A to Z. So I really like this because you can use it later on when the children are a bit older, but also right now it's a great resource for vocabulary words. It has the Friar's 1000 high frequency words. That is a great place to look for words for your flashcards. Also, you can use the Marzano's K through 6 list of words. You can start at kindergarten and you can go all the way up to 6th grade as far as vocabulary words to use for your flashcards. These are great resources. Now I need you guys to see what I do as far as the sizing and spacing for my words. So you see here's an example of the word after and all. I actually fit about 2 words on a page before I print them. Over here you can see what I use for the sizing. So for the sizing I use 150, and I'm gonna zoom in so you can see what I do. And I just do regular, it's centered. You can see the font there, but choose whatever font you like as long as it's crisp, clear, and easy for your baby to understand. I like to try to keep it consistent. So personally, I would not change the font or the sizing once I've discovered what I want to use. Also, if the word is really long, obviously you have to size down the font to fit it. But other than that, I just really like to keep it the same. And this is actually a list for, I think, the 2nd grade words that you need to know. And I just sit and type them all out in one sitting. I think it's about 100 words on here that I've typed out, and then I print them and I cut them and I laminate them. All right, so let me show you what I do when I laminate. Okay guys, so I'm here on the floor with my handy dandy laminator. This is the one that I use. I will leave the Amazon link to where I got it from in the description box, of course. But this is the one I use. It works really well for me. Also, I use these Scotch thermal laminating pouches. I use the 5x7 pouches, and they look like this. They are really small and cute, and they work perfectly. When I have something to laminate, I don't have like a pre-cut out thing for you guys, but I have this old envelope. Normally I print out the words that I just showed you on my computer. I cut them to fit this as best as possible, and I'll show you an example of what my cards actually look like, my flashcards. But I try to cut to make sure that it isn't really small, and because when I have it, just made it so you kind of would see the next word behind it, and I felt like it was kind of disruptive for really small babies because they pick up everything. They have that absorbent mind, so you just want to be careful with those little details. So I would take this, cut it as best as possible to fit the 5x7 pouch, place an envelope inside, I mean not envelope, piece of paper, this is envelope, but piece of paper inside, and slowly but surely, once this is nice and hot and ready, place it inside. And this one's kind of old and bent, and it slowly goes through and laminates the word. And with this, I don't have to cut again once it's laminated. It's the perfect size. I feel like it just makes it very seamless, and everything is just a little more organized. Just looks a little bit cleaner, more professional. I feel like professional teaching mom when I have my little tools like this. So I love this, and this is the way that I make my flashcards. Voila! This is what you have. Nice. It's actually kind of hot. Alright, so here are examples of my laminated cards. They look like this. I actually poke little holes on the bottom of it for me to know that I've used it. And I kind of have this system of repetition of showing them this for a while and then hiding it for a while and then bringing it back later for recall. And I've noticed that that kind of it's similar to like an SRS system or something, where you actually are better able to remember something if you spend some time away from it and then it's shown to you again and you have to recall it. Then it kind of switches to this really long-term memory or some effect like that. So I do try to use that with the kids. And this is another one of the sight words. And another flashcard sight word that I use. And yeah, you can see that it's pretty big, so you're not really able to see the next word behind it. I don't like that. When it's too small, you can kind of see it. And I also use it for my letter sounds with my kids. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, seeing exactly the process that I take to make my flashcards. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any friends who have kids and they're interested in this type of material, make sure to share it with them. Don't be stingy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.